Hey you guys, what is going on? Mr. Thinkosaurus, and I'm back again bringing you another community game with Chris BG. And this time, before I start talking about anything about the game, I'm just going to clear up something that has been bugging me for a while. And obviously I play Madden 12, you know, football. Football's a mainly American sport, so like pretty much everyone that's going to be watching this, or most people that are going to be watching this, are going to be American. So since I've been playing this game, people have always seemed to compared rugby to American football, and I play both. I play rugby and football, and like everyone seems to compare them, and everyone, obviously, pretty much everyone from America says that football is better. But I wouldn't have much of an issue with this, but the only thing that does annoy me about it is that people comparing two completely different sports. Like, it's like comparing ice hockey and football. There's no similarity between them at all. There's maybe small similarities, but there's not a massive similarity. This is what I'm trying to clear up in this video, really. The fact that, you know, that people from America, if you're American and watching this, you know, I know rugby is not a big thing up there, so you're not gonna know like a great deal about it. If you've never played it before, then you know you're not gonna know a lot about it. But once you actually play it and know a lot about it, like I've played both sports. I know quite a lot about both sports, and they're completely different. The only similarities between football and rugby are the fact that one, you hit people very hard and it's very, very fun. The second similarity is that they both have plays in them, but plays in rugby work very differently to plays in football. Like, for example, when you're playing football, you'll run a play and then go back to the huddle and then run another play of where you either run the ball or pass the receiver or something like that. And in rugby, it's more where someone's been hit, a thing called a ruckle form. I don't want to sound patronising here by, you know, like pretending you have no idea what it means, but this is just for the people that haven't played rugby. A thing called ruck forms, and then you call a play from there of like the next move you're going to do, basically, which it does sound similar to American football, but you know, it is quite different. It's kind of hard to explain just for a commentary, but I mean, if you obviously play rugby, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But just to clear this up, there is, personally, I think the sport I find more enjoyable is football. If I lived in America, I would play football over rugby. Even if rugby was a big thing in America, you know, I'd still go and play football. I think personally it is a better sport, but that doesn't mean I don't like rugby. Like, I do. I play for a team and everything over in England, and you know, you can't compare the two together, basically, is what I'm trying to get to here. And you can like both, you know, it's not a crime to like both, but you know, so I'm just trying to clear that up for you guys, that you shouldn't really be comparing those two sports together because they are very, very different. So anyway, just I wanted to kind of get that out of my system because it was kind of annoying me, like a little thing that had been bugging me for a while. And you know, me and Chris have been talking about it as well. We both came to the same conclusion that, you know, rugby and football are pretty different sports, but you know, so just gonna go on and talk about the gameplay now, since I've gone off on my little rant or informational talk, or you know, that kind of thing, but whatever. So getting into this game, we did decide to play as the Bills. I can't remember why, and our opponents thought they'd be annoying and play as the Packers, you know, and Chris with the nice user, that was just disgusting. And I think here, this is the most ridiculous pick six I've ever seen. He does some crazy stuff, absolutely crazy, and scores the first touchdown of the game. You know, can't go wrong with that. that was just an absolutely beast play. But anyway, well, where did I get to? I lost my train of thought now. Oh yeah, and these guys, when we was in the lobby with them, decided they was going to play as the Chiefs, I think, and then they saw us pick the Bills, and they was like, oh, well, let's just guarantee a win and play as the Packers. So me and Chris was a bit annoyed at that, so we was like, no, we got to beat these guys. So that pick went a long way to doing that, and yeah, Chris gets another pick with George Wilson, I think it is. Oh no, sorry, it was not George Wilson. George Wilson does get another pick later in this game, I think, but obviously it wasn't then. But one thing we did have trouble with was Sean Merriman, because he is not as good as he was, and we was trying to keep him, like, putting pressure on the quarterback as much as we could, but sometimes we did have to put in coverage, and that kind of let us down a bit because Sean Merriman's coverage is not the greatest. But that was our main thing on defense that was bugging us the whole time, really. Apart from that, our defense was pretty solid, and our offense was going pretty well as well. We was throwing to Stevie Johnson a lot. He's probably, well, he is by far the best receiver on the Bills, and Fred Jackson. He's not a bad running back. He's not the greatest, but we could do something with him. So Chris there on third down, converting like a boss. Again, Stevie Johnson hitting him up on the curl, and we're within field goal range. We're thinking, a touchdown, at least a field goal. It's coming to the end of the third quarter. If we can get this at least field goal, then we got a good chance. And Chris comes up beast and gets a sick touchdown, Stevie Johnson. And we figured out after this game that what our main weakness is when we play, and our main weakness is that we play the first quarter, the second quarter, and the third quarter almost like just beautifully. Most games we won't have much trouble. We'll play all those quarters absolutely fine. As soon as it hits the fourth quarter, that is when we win or lose the game. Literally, the amount of times we've won or lost the game in the fourth quarter. We may have been up by a ton, but we can just win and lose games in the fourth quarter like that. That is the only weak part of my Chris's game when we play together. We literally stuff just doesn't seem to go our way in the fourth quarter. But you see there, we fumbled the ball. Like, there's not really much you can do about that. So that's the only thing we're trying to really work on at the moment when we play communities. If any of you guys want to play communities with us, I know there have been some questions raised about it. Again, as I said in one of my previous videos, we have made a community called the YouTube community. All details will be in the description, and if you like that and also like this video, be sure to hit the like button. So here we're just trying to kind of run down the clock, literally, and then we realise that's not happening for us, so Chris goes to his faithful corner routes. But we found out that Ryan Fitzpatrick is not very good at throwing corner routes at all. We found out he's slightly like Tavares Jackson. If you've ever played as the Seahawks and tried to do a corner route, they just like to throw it out of bounds a lot. So we didn't really have one of our main go-to plays there, and this was just a ridiculous play. No way he would break that many tackles in real life, but there's not much you can do about it. And score's now 14-7. We're thinking, well, now they've at least got a field goal, and now they actually got a touchdown. So as you see, it's not going brilliant for us in this fourth quarter, and it's just about to get a lot worse. On the next play, I took a hit and I tried to juke him out. Annoyingly, I fumbled, and they've all of a sudden somehow turned it around from being 14-0 down to 21-14 in one quarter. And we managed to stop them the whole game, and then as soon as it hits the fourth quarter, we just seem to mess up. But here they did mess up badly, and we got a big completion. Here we tried a little draw play, see if we can get anywhere near the end zone on fourth down, and Chris snaps it, and no, I got stopped big time. So here on 4th and 5, we had to go for it. There was nothing else we really could have done, and Chris comes up absolutely huge on this play, throwing right to the back of the end zone. You know, is it? Yes, it is. Very happy about that play. So all we had to do here with 54 seconds left was hold on to a field goal. We shouldn't even have to have been in this position going into the fourth quarter, but you know, we choked. They got that play off. They just tried to run it out after that, and then they did kick the field goal to win the game 24-21. So unfortunately guys, we did lose this one, but we had a great game nonetheless, even though we did choke slightly in the fourth quarter. Again, if you liked this video and enjoyed it, be sure to give it a thumbs up and post in the comments below any teams you would like us to use in the upcoming games in our communities. Again, if you want to play community games with us, all the information for that will be in the description, and until next time guys, I will see you legends later.